let's give it a try. Let's give it a go. Well done, well done, well done. Keep this in the tank. I cannot. Yes.
Taking a leap from the top beam. Falling for you, could have called.
I got the trash, yeah.
Too much to ask you to spot me.
About a Fool, capital L. We here. It is fucking Friday night. Oh, let me bring this down a little bit. Bring this down a little bit here. All right, so yeah, it's Friday. We're going to be doing the review here of Transformers 1. We're going to start that here in just a moment. And then after that, something. I think I'm going to do Rivals after, I think, the review. I haven't done a Rivals stream in a bit. And there is some stuff going on, so we might do that. We'll see how we're feeling at the end of the review. So yeah, Transformers 1, we're going to get into it. And then, yeah, so as always, if you're new and you haven't seen before, we're going to go ahead and get the trailer, and then we'll get into it. So here is the trailer. That should be up, right? Yep, okay.
So, how long do you think we'll be here? I'm not talking to you.
You know what? We are so screwed.
Thought you weren't talking to me.
You two, come with me. Report to Waste Management.
Hi there, I'm B127. I'm actually working on some nicknames. The one I'm floating right now is Badassatron, which is actually pronounced Badassatron.
Yeah.
We're gonna call you B.
I know we're just lowly worker bots who can't even transform.
He was Orion Pax.
Don't you want to see what's out there?
Before he was Megatron.
There's a reason no one goes to the surface.
He was D16.
It's dangerous.
Why'd you bring jetpacks?
If we survive this, I'm gonna kill you.
I accept those terms.
The surface.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
have proven yourself worthy.
Oh, they're doing that.
These and access your full potential.
Oh, shit.
It's time to show them we are more than meets the eye.
Yeah, the little
transform now.
references.
On
like
three. One.
Ha! It's working.
Where's my head?
How do we use these things?
Look at wheels! I need wheels!
Guys, that's not good.
We've got these powers for a reason. Let's use them.
We stand here together as one.
Okay.
Whoa! I got a battle mask! It appeared with this guy! Knife hands? I have knife hands!
I can see that.
All right, you know, they did not a bad job of keeping it pretty,
B. These are not the bad guys.
Why did you cut the door?
What? No, it was already like that. Right?
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
It was. Yeah, it was already like. Yeah, that's right.
the Steve Buscemi, that's the part that, all right. Anywho, all right, so as always for the review stream, we have some, the soundtrack is Shout Out to the Cousin for the background music. All right, let's see. Where do we begin? First and foremost, appreciate my hanging out and tuning in already. Appreciate that. It's good. It's good. It's actually pretty good. Animation was really good. The quality, there's a lot of scenes and moments where you're like looking at a picture and there's sometimes where shit looks actually real. So I'll give them that for sure. And they did a decent job of balancing the original idea, I guess you could say, and also they did a good job sprinkling in the little Easter eggs. there's a line actually quite early on in the movie where Chris Hemsworth, aka Optimus, and Scarlett Johansson, Alita, they're having back and forth, and he mentions something about going like to the center of the planet, and she mentions back to him, you don't have the touch or the power to do it, which is a direct reference to one of the best songs from the 80s film, animated film. So I thought that was cool. It did little shit like that throughout the movie, which was pretty dope. It was a little weird as somebody who grew up with Transformers, hearing like Chris Hemsworth and Brian Tyree Henry as like Optimus and Megatron. Like, it didn't sound bad per se. It was just weird getting used to. They also did a really cool thing with Steve Buscemi as Starscream, where he sounds way more like Steve Buscemi initially, and then spoiler, obviously, as always, and there's always spoilers. I don't know if anybody's new here, so by this point they've figured out the ultimate villain's goal, and so they're trying to prevent it, and they meet up with Starscream under circumstances of trying to escape said villain, and it's weird because you're like, that Starscream doesn't sound like it, but then eventually, again, spoiler, you start seeing, D16 Megatron's, side come out a little, and he at one point he challenges him and then kind of just starts choking the shit out of him, which was crazy, but he breaks his like vocal cords, and then he starts sounding way more like the Starscream you kind of know or have known. Well, if you're like myself and like grew up with this shit, so that was really cool. And now I don't know how much of this is like considered true. Like, I don't know if they're going to send this at the actual lore of everything. If it is, it's a pretty cool way to start everything, because I know we did back on this stream here a while back, we did the review of the series on Netflix. I don't know if it's still there, but the basically kind of like the Fall of Cybertron, the animated series, and it goes through all this. Even brings back some of the stuff from the 80s, Galvatron, all this stuff, and they kind of set up the bar of like, how they got to where they did, and including like, why things, kind of some of the backstory, and it almost seems like they definitely used some of that, or at least didn't want to ruin that, so they went further back, I guess you could say. I don't know. Like I said, I don't even know if they're even, in the same universe or tied together, but if they are, it seems kind of on point to what they did with the Netflix miniseries. And if you haven't seen that, go check it out. We did a review on it. We all pretty much enjoyed it. It gets really dark too. This movie though was a lot more lighthearted, and definitely more kid friendly, I guess you could say. Now the original 80s movie was definitely a little kid friendly, but it was a little bit more serious tone. I mean, it definitely had some lightheartedness, but this movie was definitely more light. As you see on the trailer, there's a lot of jokes, especially with Keegan-Michael Key, B, aka Bumblebee. His character is definitely one of the more heavier comedic characters, and they do a pretty good job. It doesn't get too much at times, so that was nice, because I was kind of worried about that when they introduced him. I'm like, I already see where they're going with this character, and it's going to be kind of like repetitive and annoying, but it really wasn't. It wasn't too bad, so I'll give him that. And also shout out to Lawrence Fishburne being Alpha Trion. That was kind of cool. But the story pacing of the movie is really good. Honestly, I can't really think anything too bad about it. Just the only real issues I would say are just my own personal, just because of what I grew up with versus this. And again, it's just the voicing is weird at first, but they do a good job trying to kind of pseudo imitate the characters that we grew up with, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, not bad at all. I also love that I wasn't expecting to see like Soundwave, as you see here on the screen with the cast. Like, I wasn't expecting to see Soundwave or Shockwave or even Jazz. I thought that was pretty cool. So seeing all that, I don't know if they're ever going to actually do the second one. I know this movie was really well received. We can even take a peek at the budget, I think, right? Let's see. 147 box office, 129. So it didn't really make its money back, but it seems like it was well received, right? I feel like everybody enjoyed it, right? For the most part. Yeah, 89%. Like, people pretty much liked the movie, but it's just, unfortunately, nobody went to see it as much. It went up against some of these other movies like The Substance. Okay, well, I guess that's understandable. Beetlejuice was also apparently going up against that. So, I mean, I am surprised it didn't make more money than that, but it was a good film. I can't deny that at all, because there was a lot of talk after. And again, these are usually late to the party reviews, because, I don't always get to see everything on time. And sometimes I say I'm going to, and then I forget to, or something else comes up. So we definitely want to at least get to them at some point. But yeah, this was an entertaining film. I can't knock it. I wasn't necessarily, it's 100% core audience. I definitely was a little bit because of the references they had, because like I said, there are some references in there that only people from my generation are going to probably catch, unless you're a super fan. Doesn't matter at that point, you should catch it if you're a super fan. So style-wise, they did a really good job with the CG. It looks great. Like I said, there's a lot of moments where some of the shit looks like very clean and real, almost. Definitely understand why, again, people are praising his animation style, because it came out really well. There was also a really cool ass moment towards the end of the film, like the big climax, the big fight, where Megatron kind of like really fully snaps and goes full evil, and his eyes change, and then from there out they have like this trail almost that they do. It's just really cool, little details like that. And some of the details, like also same again with Megatron, he kind of gets the shit end of everything, which you kind of feel bad and understand why he's kind of the way he is. At one point he gets almost a fake Decepticon like carved in his chest. So it's some pretty dark shit almost at certain points, but also not to the point where you're just like, whoa, they really kind of sold this to kids. Like, that's kind of weird. So that didn't happen, which was cool. I can't really say much else. Soundtrack was good. Everything was about to look good. A lot of great looking moments. They had some really cool little slow motion moments that weren't like too much, kind of like how fucking Zack Snyder likes to overuse his slow motion. So everything looked great. Like I said, story was good. I am interested to see if they'll do a sequel, even though it didn't make as much money as they probably wanted. It does look like it could be something that could be expanded upon, at least with the new cast, but we'll see. I don't know. I wouldn't mind it though. So not the longest review on this, because I mean it's been done a bunch. I just wanted to get around to it finally myself. Just again, if you haven't seen this, it's definitely worth checking out. Like the development of both characters coming into their own. Like, you kind of expect, Optimus Prime is his transition, obviously, but now understanding, Megatron, like kind of his fall from being like, an optimistic, hopeful guy to now pretty much like fuck the world type scenario. I like it. I thought it was really well done. Because you know where it is, you know where it goes for the most part. You just don't know how he started, so that was cool to kind of see that, especially if this is like legit, considered actual full-on canon and all that. So really good. We're gonna get into scenes and then score. So in regards to scene, for me, favorite scene. I mean, this is probably one of more cliche moments, but I would say my favorite moment was probably the last end of the fight where, big spoiler here, big spoiler, big spoiler. Come back in like two minutes or 3 minutes real quick. All right, and so now, for me, big moment was at the end climax. So Orion Pax takes a shot for the main villain, who at this time you have figured out is Sentinel Prime. So he takes a shot for him because, he's like, don't kill him. Megatron's pretty much trying to kill him, and then Optimus is like, nah, man, don't do it. It's not worth it. Anyways, he takes the shot for him, and then as he's about to fall, he gets caught by Megatron. He's got a hole in his chest, and Megatron, instead of saving him, says, fuck it, I'm tired of saving you, and drops him, and then he becomes Optimus Prime. Fucking really cool. Really just well how they did it, because it's kind of strange because it hits you really hard, because there's this back and forth of lightheartedness, comedy, and some seriousness, and this and that. Very good balance of the two, but that moment just kind of just really hits. So, the way they balanced everything to kind of culminate to that moment, it was really cool, honestly. And like I said, that's actually the point where Megatron's eyes go red from yellow, as you see in the trailer. So really cool movie. Highly recommend if you're a fan of Transformers. And score-wise, for me, I'm going to give it an 8. Solid 8. I think it's a really good movie. Not perfect, but fun. Entertaining. What it's supposed to be. And who knows, maybe we'll get a sequel. I don't think we will, just because it didn't make its money back. And most often than not, if you don't make your money back, you're not going to get a sequel. But it was well received, so there's kind of that. But who knows? We'll see. But as of that, that's the review stream. Appreciate everybody's been hanging out, tuning in for that.